Well met. Unlike my brother, I've no dislike of strangers. Take a look.
Let's see if we can offload some stuff here. He doesn't have a lot of money. Get rid of that. Oh. Look at all this stuff. Heavy. Well, I've got all these staves. I could unload some of those on Serana. Let's see if he's got anything we need. I don't think so. Not so much.
Steal anything from my shop and you'll regret it.
Yes?
All right, let's trade.
Anything good?
Sure. I got some stuff maybe you'd like. How about one of those, one of those, and one of those, and one of those, and one of those. All right.
Looking for something?
All right, let's go. All right, let's see if the blacksmith has enough money to buy any of these ebony weapons off me. I doubt it, but you never know.
Steel's good, but loyalty's better. I'm loyal to Den Gear first, and the Empire second. The finest weapons and armor.
All right, he's got 1,100. That should be enough for us to get rid of something here. There we go. Lighten the load a little bit.
See me at my forge if you need arms or armor.
Let's move faster. The sun is... It's not great for my skin.
I know, I know. Me either. All right, so we are bound for the Reach. So I'm thinking we're going to take the road around the bend here, and then we'll cut through the forest. That ought to be great for the frame rate, and then that should dump us out in the Reach. And then we'll have to find this place. So I think at this point, Raiden is just, he's in survival mode. He wants to get this over with, and it's just the urgency of the matter that keeps pushing him forward. If it were up to him solely, he'd probably leave Skyrim and never return. But now he's kind of sucked into this thing, right? And he feels an obligation to resolve it.
Where'd you come from? That'll teach you.
So over time, we've also been, you know, ambushed numerous times. We've been attacked by assassins of all types. And of course, roving patrols of vampires. And I think Raiden would come to the realization that the only way that he is going to have a shot at any kind of normal life is if he
Who's there?
deals with the threat.
I knew I was something.
Which means dealing with Harkon, right? Who is this? Where the bloody hell did he come from? Did you summon him? Oh yeah, that's the Deadeye Captain staff. Holy shit. Okay, that's new. Alright, that's cool though. Arrgh. I would be disappointed if he moaned like a regular zombie. He should actually say arg, shouldn't he? Danger.
I'm no fan of the sun, but it would be better than this.
There is danger nearby. Real quiet crowd out there tonight. That's fine. That's fine. I know when I'm being used as background noise. It doesn't bother me at all. It's fine. All right. Think they're going to attack us next? Where's Serana now?
Get 'em off.
All right. Keep an eye on those wolves.
Who's there?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah!
That'll teach you.
Frickin' spiders. Terrifying. All right, let's heal a little bit. It's dangerous around here. It's dead, right? Gotta make sure. What? Ah. Hag ravens.
Where'd you come from?
Missed.
Done and done.
Well done, Serana. I screwed up, but you didn't. Let's go. Behold!
Did you hear something?
The strudel has arrived. Just in time to kill some witches.
Where'd you come from?
right. The dark intent is strong here.
I knew I heard something.
Let's run the table.
Who's there?
Oh, you paralyzed her.
That'll teach you.
Well done. Oh yeah, there's that little glitch, right? Sometimes after paralysis, you can't loot them. Hang on. Ah, another relic sword. Woohoo! Let's have a look. Okay, our Silverton that we made ourselves is up to 191 damage. This one we just picked up is 189 damage, but with no enchant. Interesting. I guess I've never explored whether or not I can improve these. Let's have a look. It looks like a heavier blade, doesn't it? Awesome. Another relic. I like it. Oh, look at that. We're finding Daedric stuff now. Cool. Let's take it. Take that book. All right, well, that was a worthwhile trip. We got another relic blade. How many is that we found now? About 5 relics? All great blades. I mean, look at that thing. That's only, that's only a couple points damage short of the one we've made ourselves and smithed up to legendary. Of course, the difference is that our Silverton steel sword is really great against undead. So, let's do this. We're gonna... Let's remap a few things. So, hunting knife is 1. Silverton steel is 2. Let's make Harval 3. Okay, so 2, 3. And we could change it up every so often. Our Silverton is going to be great against undead because of the enchantments that we put on it. Otherwise, both of these weapons do roughly the same amount of physical damage, which is good. So if we use this sword in kind of standard battle situations, then we're not continually draining the enchantments on the other one. So ah. You know, it'd almost be worth cracking open this sword mod in Creation Kit just to see what the enchantments are on these relics. I'm always curious because all it ever says is relic. It doesn't really tell you, and it indicates that it is enchanted in some way, but it doesn't tell you what its power is or what it does. I like the mystery of that, but I'm also very curious. All right. Dark intent eliminated, and we must continue on our way. I just like the look of this blade. It looks heavy. I mean, it looks like it's a heavier blade than the Silverton one is. So we're going to hang on to that.
It's so bright out here.
I know.
How do you stand it?
Sucks, right? All right, let's continue. I'm kind of anxious to get out of this forest. All right, so our goal is we got to get into the Reach and we got to find the entrance to this cave. Now, I didn't fully explore all the dialogue with Serana, but the dialogue that we did explore kind of leads you to this conclusion that all we really understand right now is where we're supposed to go. Somehow, we went through all of this business to collect these 3 scrolls and read these 3 scrolls. And what these 3 scrolls told us is not necessarily the location of Uriel's bow, but where to start looking.
Where'd you come from? That'll teach you.
I just, I just killed her summoned creature. All right. We got 2 different ways we can go here. If we go through this way, that's going to go straight to the road. This will go to the road, but it'll dump us out further along. So let's go this way. And we haven't done a whole heck of a lot of adventuring around the Reach. I mean, we have made it to Markarth and a few places like that, but haven't covered it extensively, so this ought to be interesting. And I am just going to go and look for this cave by memory. The last time I was there was during the passage. And I'm pretty sure that if I use Raiden to channel the memories of Etienne Jorel, we can find it. So that is what we will do. All right, down here to the road we are. Let's quick save here. And we will continue our adventures into the Reach after this word from our... Here at Lost Barrel Brewing, we have a long tradition of crafting only the finest in ancient lagers. Great brews begin with great ingredients, and Draugr Lager is made from only the finest grains and hops, aged for thousands of years. Every batch is brewed with ice-cold water drawn from the deepest caverns below the earth, checked for body parts, and triple filtered through fairly clean burial linens, then aged for hundreds of years in elder gleam barrels. Draugr Lager is good, and is not meant for barmy, soft-gutted, plug-ugly tossers. Draugr Lager, the great taste of the undead, with no bitter afterlife.
Better take Undead a little more alive.
Great weather we're having. These Imperials mean business, man. We're going to get them a nice wide berth. Okay, so to start with, we're going to go past Markarth, and we're going to follow the Reach Road to the north, and then we're going to cut off the road into the wilderness right around the area where the Lover's Stone is.
I knew I heard something.
And I think what I am going to do is when we get there, we are going to swap out our Standing Stone power for the Lover's Stone. And I can't remember what the Lover's Stone does. We're just going to change it. We're just going to roll with whatever it does. So that should be interesting. Okay, I'm turning down the game sound just a little bit because we got so much thunder here.
All right, hand over your valuables, or I will gut you like a fish.
Okay, now there's no reason at all why this guy shouldn't run for cover when I threaten him, but he won't.
Nice try, but you do not scare me.
How can he not scare you?
Ask again.
Yeah, that's what the Lover's Stone does if you're not using the Andromeda mod. What I'm saying is the Andromeda mod changes it completely. So
Where'd you come from? That'll teach you.
So the Andromeda mod changes completely what the Lover's Stone does. So yes, you are correct. In the vanilla game, it allows you to advance your skills, all of your skills, at a 15% improved rate. Andromeda changes it up, and I can't remember how it changes it. So we're just going to find out through the course of roleplay what it does. And what I would like to do is, you remember, when he lost his ritual stone ability, his ability to bind souls, we said that that was something that happened to him. The assumption is that those powers were stripped away from him through some intervention by Nymera. I think that would be Raiden's perception of what has happened to him. I mean, how could you think otherwise? You defy a Daedric prince, and immediately after defying a Daedric prince, you're stripped of your powers. I mean, what else would he think?
Who's there?
But what I'm thinking is that that's not actually what happened. Something else is at work. Something is going on inside him, inside his body. Something's going on with his spirit. Something's going on with the innate magical abilities he has because of his mixed race and because of his abilities granted by vampirism and all this kind of stuff. And we're going to change it up now. And we're not necessarily going to concern ourselves with what has caused it just yet. I think what we're going to do is I'm trying to save myself a certain amount of exposition, right? I mean, I do think that in a role-playing game where you're actively role-playing, it is possible to inflict exposition on yourself by simply trying to explain everything. One of the things that we often complain about in stories and movies and stuff like that is when there's overuse of exposition, when basically the author treats you like you're an idiot and basically spells out every facet of the plot to you. That is called exposition. And sometimes I think we inflict exposition on ourselves as role players by trying to explain every damn thing that happens. And it's easy to allow that to happen. So I think one of the things that we engage in here when we play this way, when we figure certain things out and leave other things to chance, is we are sort of actively choosing not to engage in exposition. So I like the idea that he senses something has changed and that we will explore that change just through gameplay as we go along. And then, as role players, we get to react to what's happening. So I think that'll be kind of interesting. Man, this is awful.
Who's there?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Gotcha. Ugh. Well, my weather mods are doing what my weather mods are supposed to do. They're making it miserable, so. Derpy derpy derp. All right, let's get out of the rain for a bit. Come, Serana, sit with me. Let us drink wine and speak of what we will do next. Hello? She's always snubbing me. Sit. Very good. So I was thinking we should find this cave. And once we find it, we should go in it. What do you think of my plan? I know, it's a lot to take in. So take your time. All right, let's wait for a bit. I can't wait while trespassing. Well, goddamn. All right. Why not? Why can't I wait while I'm trespassing? Oh. Do I smell weird? One of the things I've been puzzling over a little bit is just thinking about this idea of, you know, what does Raiden think of Serana? I think by this point, given everything they've been through, he certainly respects her. Very much. As a fighter, certainly, but just also as a person. You know? I mean, she's shown an awful lot of commitment to the cause in direct defiance of her own kind, and specifically her own father, which is kind of impressive. Wait, what is up with this chicken? That's your chicken? When did you do that now? All right. She's got a sense of humor, too. We like that. So, he's definitely got a lot of respect for her ability as a fighter and a lot of respect for her just as a person, like sticking to her guns, in other words. You know, she's doing what she feels like she needs to do, even at great risk to her own life and in defiance of her parents and all this kind of stuff. And so I think that Raiden would respect that a lot. But not only that, I think that Raiden, I mean, he's a young guy and he's out on his own, and yes, he's a very competent warrior and he's a pretty good strategist and all this kind of stuff. But ultimately, I can't go up that way. Why not? Ultimately, he's still a guy who doesn't have a lot of life experience, and so my feeling is there's probably a lot that he's also learning from Serana just by observing how she behaves in the world and, you know, how she conducts herself around other people and all this kind of stuff. I mean, Skyrim still is a completely foreign land to him.
Where'd you come from?
I am really glad I gave her that paralysis staff. I'm telling you. She's making good use of it. Ah, here's the Lover's Stone right here. So I don't think of this as a situation where Raiden is like this great leader and he's making all these decisions and he's leading Serana around and all this stuff. I feel like, in many ways, it's almost the other way around, you know? Like, he's observing her and he's learning a lot about what it means to be, you know, a decent person in the world, kind of. Because he doesn't have any other role model at this point. So, all right. Secret Admirer. All right, I'm not going to read that. I'm just going to do it. So, Warrior Stone removed. Lover Stone in place. So, I mean, it would be easy to say, yeah, they got a friendship type of relationship and all this kind of stuff. But I think where Raiden's concerned, there might almost be, at points, I think there are times when he's not showing dependence on her, but he's looking to her when it comes to making critical decisions and asking for advice, like, what should I do here? Deferring to her experience and all that kind of stuff. That just kind of strikes me as kind of a realistic view of how things might be in this circumstance. I don't know. Ugh, this rain. It's really coming down. All right. Now, we need to keep our eyes open. We're going to be looking for a cave entrance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up here along the mountains, the hills, and we're going to kind of follow along this way, sort of looking for cave entrances and barrows and things that we can explore. Anyway, I sort of see their relationship as being, by this point, a pretty strong friendship and pretty complementary in a lot of ways. All right. Gotcha. He's young, he's energetic, he's a good fighter, he's aggressive. She's got more life experience, and she's probably a better tactician. Dead hunters. Where are they? No, dead forsworn. All right. All right, I think we need to just keep kind of going around this way. God, it's amazing to think during the passage I just knew all of this territory like the back of my hand. Because we spent so much time here just exploring every conceivable nook and cranny. I mean, I know my way around Skyrim pretty well, but if I'm going to get lost anywhere, it'll be the Reach. And that's part of, I think, what made Etienne's story so much fun for me was trying to figure out how to learn my way around. Because this is the place that will give me trouble. I feel like there just aren't as many landmarks as some other areas. All right. Whoa. What? What's happening? Oh, she killed and resurrected a Vigilant. That's what happened. Deep Full Crossing. Let's check it out. Default crossing is weird to me. It just feels like the lead into something that never got finished, you know? Like there should be some really cool Dwemer thing here and they got to start, but then just gave up on it. It's kind of what it feels like. Anyway. You know, I wouldn't be upset in the least if this rain went away. That'd be pretty neat if that happened. But my guess is that's not going to happen. All right, I think we got to find a crossing point here where we won't get killed in the process.
Who's there?
Where? All right, well, you guys do that. I'm going to find a place for us to cross. How about here? How bad does it get? Not too bad. Oh, we're getting close now. Sorry about your abdomen now. Let's have a give it a good stab, eh? Right in the guts. Aha, we did it. We have arrived. Darkfall Cave. All right. I am so excited to not be in the pouring rain right now. I can't even stand it.
Where'd you come from?
Ah, secret door. All right, let's continue.
Keep your eyes open.
All right, we ready? Let's do this. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. I didn't see that coming. Oh my god, I can't believe it. What's happening? Wow. Wow. I can't believe that happened. I didn't know it was going to happen.
Who's there?
Wow.
I knew I heard something. Sure, I heard something.
We got this now? sorry, that one got around me. I didn't see him at all, eh? Days. Falling from the ceiling. God damn it. Ah!
That'll teach you.
Ugh. All right.
Where'd you come from?
Ooh, here's the big
That'll
boy.
teach you.
Here's the big boy. Hang on. Ugh, ugh, this is gross in here. But we're going to look anyway. Yeah. Ooh, Card of Travelers. You know, I actually went through all the cards that I have acquired. And it is the Card of Travelers that I have the most of. I'm the closest to getting a complete deck of the Travelers cards. Interestingly enough, I have never gotten a complete deck in any of the sets, and so I don't know what sort of powers they grant or anything. I never had a chance to find out, so I might find out with that one. We'll see. Let the jokes about not playing with a full deck commence.
These people were.
Let's see. I don't need any of that stuff.
Why would anyone want to set up camp here? I wonder what happened to them.
Well, it weren't good. Whatever it was. So up, or do we go deeper in? Note from Darkfall Cave. Sister, I know that you'll come to find me, but it will be too late if you find this letter. Get out of this forsaken cave as soon as possible. We were fools to think we could live so close to such creatures and live peacefully. I should have headed back to camp with you after we placed the torches down here. I thought these trolls would be different, that they would somehow understand that we didn't want to hurt them. I'm now concerned, and it's only a matter of time before one of the trolls decides to finish me off. I hope it's a quick death. Farewell, my dear sister. Who the hell would ever think these trolls are different? I have it on good authority that these particular trolls are docile. And that perhaps if we speak to them in a cordial manner, they shall just simply hang out with us. Perhaps we could play cribbage or something with these trolls. Perhaps they will not mind that in the least. I mean, seriously, who doesn't enjoy a good game of cribbage now and again, eh? Right? Exactly. All right, so we know where that goes. This trail is going to get us to the exit. So it's good to know that we can get back out after having plunged down the falls. So the only road left to us is deeper in. All right. Oh, shit. Quickly, quickly! Wow. Kind of impressed that we didn't take any damage in that rock fall. Good job, Serana. You're a real professional, unlike myself. Raiden just blunders through this stuff, right?
Something's not right here. Be careful.
All
I
right.
think we may be in for some trouble.
All right. Raiden will be as careful as Raiden always is. Which is to say, not very careful. And a sprint and a miss. There you go.
Done and done.
No. These trolls are the same. Mystics. Ha! We got a gift from our lover. Awesome. Our secret admirer. Well, there's no one else around who could have possibly given it to us but her. Yeah. I know. I can feel your eyes on me all the time. I know what's happening. All right, let's continue. Whoa, who's that?
What's that? I can feel some kind of power from it.
What do you feel?
Oh, what is it?
What do you know about the bow?
Not much. If you read any history, it shows up from time to time, but it's a hard thing to track. As far as I know, though, it's never been held by a vampire. That would be a new one.
All right. Well, what does it have to do with the sun?
Ariel is one of the elven gods. He's with the rest of them in Aetherius. The way I've heard it, the sun represents the connection from our world to theirs. Supposedly, the bow draws its energy from the sun itself, which is why it shows up in that prophecy.
What exactly does it do?
And that part, I don't know. Once we have it, hopefully it'll be obvious.
All right. Well, let's see who this guy
Come
is.
forward. You have nothing to fear here. I am Knight-Paladin Gelabor. Welcome to the great chantry of Auriel.
This cave is a temple?
Auriel, Auriel, Alkosh, Akatosh, so many different names for the sovereign of the Snow Elves.
Snow elves? You're a Falmer?
I prefer Snow Elf. The name Falmer usually holds a negative meaning to most travelers. Those twisted creatures you call Falmer, I call the Betrayed.
I imagine you know why we're here.
Of course. You're here for Auriel's bow. Why else would you be here? I can help you get it, but first, I must have your assistance.
All right, what type of help do you need?
I need you to kill Archcurate Vertha, my brother.
Why?
The kinship between us is gone. I don't understand what he's become, but he's no longer the brother I once knew. It was the Betrayed. They did something to him. I just don't know why Auriel would allow this to happen.
What exactly did they do?
They swept into the chantry without warning, and began killing everyone without pause.
Didn't you fight back?
The chantry was a place of peaceful worship. I led a small group of paladins. but we were no match for the Betrayed's sheer numbers. They slaughtered everyone and stormed the inner sanctum, where I believe they corrupted Vertha.
You don't even know if he's alive, then.
He's alive. I've seen him, but something's wrong. He never looks as though he's in pain or under duress. He just stands there and watches, as though waiting.
Have you tried getting into the sanctum?
Leaving the way shrines unguarded would be violating my sacred duty as a Knight-Paladin of Auriel. And an assault on the Betrayed guarding the inner sanctum would only end with my death.
What's a way shrine?
Yes, let me show you.
So this is snow elf magic. Incredible.
Wow.
This structure is known as a way shrine. They were used for meditation and for transport when the Chantry was a place of enlightenment. Prelates of these shrines were charged with teaching the mantras of Auriel to our initiates.
What's that basin in the center signify?
Once the initiate completed his mantras, he'd dip a ceremonial ewer in the basin at the way shrine's center and proceed to the next way shrine.
So these initiates had to lug around a heavy pitcher of water. Marvelous. How long would they have to do that?
Well, once the initiate's enlightenment was complete, he'd bring the ewer to the Chantry's inner sanctum. Pouring the contents of the ewer into the sacred basin of the sanctum would allow him to enter for an audience with the Archcurate himself.
All that just to end up dumping it out? It makes no sense to me.
It's symbolic. I don't expect you to understand.
So, let's get this straight. We need to do all that nonsense to get into the temples so we can kill your brother and claim Ariel's bow.
I know how it all sounds. But if there was another way, I'd have done it long ago. The only way to get to my brother is by following in the Initiate's footsteps and traveling from way shrine to way shrine, just as they did. The first lay at the end of Darkfall Passage, a cavern that represents the absence of enlightenment.
How many are there?
There are 5 in total, spread far apart across the Chantry.
Okay. These caves must be massive.
Caves? Oh no. The Chantry encompasses far more than a few caves, as you'll soon discover. But before I send you on your way, you'll need the Initiate's ewer.
All right. So, I need to fill this at each way
Once
shrine.
you've located a way shrine, there'll be a spectral prelate tending to it. They will allow you to draw the waters from the shrine's basin, as if you've been enlightened.
All right. Then I'll be off.
This may be the last time we're able to converse. If you have any questions before you leave, I suggest you ask them. Otherwise, all I can do now is grant you my hopes for a safe journey.
All right.
Questions? I expected as much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to move on to the next phase. And that is going to bring us to the end of this episode. So, thank you for watching. And we'll see you in the next episode when we continue into the depths of this place we're going. Oh my gosh.